The dawn was brittle in Sagebrush Hollow, a rural expanse where barbed wire drew lines of liberty. Ethan Caldwell, a rancher with weathered hands, knelt in a feed trough, hay dust clinging to his boots. A mechanical hum pierced the stillness, not a bee's drone, but a cold, man-made buzz. He looked up. A sleek drone hovered low, its lens glinting like a vulture's eye. His mare, Juniper, reared, spooked, toppling a stack of hay bales. Ethan's coffee sat untouched, his blood already simmering. This was the sixth intrusion that week, each one chipping at his calm. He whistled for Rusty, his collie, who bared teeth at the sky. Ethan's fingers grazed the shotgun in his barn, but he clenched his jaw, choosing cunning over wrath. He tracked the drone's path, watching it zip toward the pristine white roof of Lorraine Prescott's mansion, the HOA's self-anointed tyrant. Lorraine, early 60s, with a frosted bob and tailored blazers, lorded over the nearby gated enclave. Her red SUV prowled, blocking mailboxes with predatory precision. Dubbed the Sentinel, she targeted Ethan before finding his garish fence post despite his ranch lying beyond HOA reach. Now, her drone claimed his airspace. Ethan gunned his pickup, tires spitting gravel, and rolled to Lorraine's manicured lawn. She stood watering plastic tulips, ignoring his engine snarl. He stepped out, voice low but sharp. "What's the drone for, Lorraine? Why's it over my land, and when's it stopping?" Her smile was venom. "Community vigilance, Ethan. Ensuring aesthetic compliance." He reminded her his ranch was private. She dangled a wrist-strapped remote, smug. The board extended oversight. Routine flights maintained standards. Ethan's stare was steel, her gall a spark to kindling. He drove home, her words' compliance burning like a brand. That night the buzz returned, the drone lurking near his porch at 12:47 a.m., its lens a soulless stare. Ethan's flashlight beam hit it. It held steady, mocking. He shouted, tossed a wrench. It lingered, then darted to Lorraine's fortress. Sleep fled. At dawn, coffee bitter on his tongue, Ethan sketched a counter-strike, something to ground her spy, to carve his boundary in the sky. Nets and traps felt crude. Then he remembered Jake, a crop duster who owed him for a near crash years back. Jake's biplane could outdance any drone. Ethan called, pitching a wild plan. Jake chuckled, called him reckless, but agreed to meet at the town airstrip. Ethan mapped the drone's loops, logging times and altitudes like a hunter stalking a coyote. At the airstrip, Jake leaned against his yellow plane, smirking. "Don't wreck it, and don't rat." Ethan nodded, practicing low passes in a barren field, loading the sprayer with a sticky mix of molasses, water, and blue food dye, harmless but a nightmare to scrub. Back home, the drone buzzed his chickens, scattering them. Ethan climbed the barn roof, chewing jerky, eyes on the sky. Tomorrow, Lorraine's toy would drown. At first light, the drone traced its arc coupe, pond, Ethan's window. Lorraine's nerve was brazen. She'd bragged at a neighbor's cookout about securing the hollow. Ethan roared to the airstrip, fired up the biplane, and lifted off, skimming the earth. He spotted the drone over his cattle, its red light pulsing. He circled, aligned the sprayer, and unleashed the molasses mist. The drone shuddered, blades clogged, then plummeted into his irrigation pond with a glorious splash. Ethan whooped, looping the plane before landing, heart pounding with triumph. Lorraine stormed his gate by noon, her SUV skewed, clutching the sodden drone like a fallen soldier. She screamed of vandalism, federal charges, lawsuits. Ethan leaned against his truck, calm. "Why's your drone on my land, Lorraine?" "My cameras caught it, legal ones." Her eyes flickered panic. He cited low-altitude violations and illegal surveillance. She waved a drenched manual, claiming HOA authority. Ethan drove to the sheriff, handing over footage of the drone harassing his livestock. The sheriff, grinning, vowed to warn Lorraine, no more flights over private soil. Sagebrush Hollow exhaled. Ethan's skies cleared, his animals settled. But 4 days later, a new drone emerged larger, with thermal lenses, MOVing like a predator. It circled his barn at dusk, tracking him. Lorraine stood at his fence, smirking, a sleek remote gleaming. Ethan didn't confront her. He built a trap, a crate marked hazard, a mannequin rigged to sway, fake chemical jugs strewn near the barn. He mounted cameras, one under the porch, one in an oak to catch her trespass. That night, the drone dove low, filming the decoy, hovering illegally close. Ethan's cameras rolled, timestamping every frame. He filed an FAA complaint, submitting footage, logs, and neighbor accounts. Clara saw the drone tail her kids. Hank lost a goat to a spooked stampede. A petition against Lorraine's HOA reign gained 30 signatures. FAA agents raided Lorraine's home, seizing her drone. She raged on her lawn, phone in hand, as they carted her gear away. At an emergency HOA meeting, her aerial oversight bylaw crashed. Clara rose, voice trembling, condemning the drone's invasion of her garden. Neighbor Roy, Lorraine's ally, snapped, "Ethan's a menace!" Lorraine kept order. The board ousted Lorraine, her heels stabbing the floor as she fled. A letter arrived, Lorraine's scrawl venomous. "You've shamed me, but my skies will return. Watch yours." Some neighbors, like Roy, decried Ethan's tactics as vengeful, painting Lorraine as a strict but well-meaning warden. Clara's faction saw justice. The FAA fined Lorraine. Her house hit the market. But whispers spread. She'd hired a lawyer, claiming Ethan's biplane stunt was reckless endangerment. At a tense community potluck, Roy cornered Ethan. "You escalated this." "She was controlling weeds, not you." Clara fired back. "She spied on my kids." Ethan saved us. The hollow split, debates raging over privacy versus order. Lorraine's final gambit came weeks later. A new drone, stealthier, slipped over Ethan's land at midnight, dropping a note. "This isn't over." Ethan's cameras caught it, and he traced its signal to a rental property tied to Lorraine's cousin. He alerted the FAA, who grounded her for good, slapping her with heavy wire fines. One dusk, she left a scrawled apology on his porch. "I overreached. Forgive me." Ethan tossed it in the fire, unmoved. He flew Jake's biplane one last time, scattering wildflower seeds over his fields, a gesture of peace. His ranch was his, the sky untainted. But Lorraine's threat and the community's rift lingered, fueling arguments. Was Ethan a hero or a rogue, a defender or a destroyer?
If you were the one in this story, how would you react? Would you stand up and fight back, or accept the unreasonable pressure and control from the HOA? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with more people. Your small action gives us the motivation to keep bringing you more intense and engaging stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.